So we're going to continue this theme of using Nomad Sculpt and a Bambu A1 printer with an AMS fitted, which is the multicolor printing option. And this week I'm going to take the model that I've brought out of Nomad Sculpt in the last video, and I'm just going to use some of the painting tools inside of Bambu Lab, and then we'll actually get this print out and see what it looks like. One word of warning with this, I do make a lot of mistakes in this, and the idea of it is that I'll correct those over the next few weeks, and I'll point them out as the video goes on. Okay, so we'll jump into Bambu Studio and we're going to import that frog model. Now you may get problems, and I'll explain some of them along the way and what you can do, or it may just come in absolutely fine. So first of all, we'll go File, Import, and we'll get one of the files. I've downloaded a few more actually, so this one I know works. Now it might come up with this dialog which says the object from the Bambu file test mesh is too small, and that's because we didn't scale it at all. So we just say yes to that and it'll give us a nice scale that it thinks, based on the fact that it doesn't want to be too small. This one's about 3 centimeters across. Now for this test I'm absolutely fine with that kind of size. Down here at the bottom there's a dialog saying that it came in okay. If that says it's red, it will give you an option to go and send it off somewhere to fix it, and it's usually to do with a non-manifold triangle. So basically, if you've messed up your mesh and it's not working, go back to Nomad and remesh it and re-quad remesh it until you get a really nice clean mesh. That usually fixes it. So let's take a look at what we've got. We've got the model and it's all one color. Now because we've got the 4 colors loaded, you see here on the left we've got the orange, we've got the green, the black and the white. We're going to assign them to those different parts of the STL. So basically what we do, if we come up here, we come to the little color dripping, color painting, so it's N on the keyboard, click on that and it gives us access to all the colors we've got to play with. So we want green first of all, which is for the body. Now there's lots of painting options here, so you can paint literally like a circle paintbrush, you can do it with a sphere, you can do it with a triangle, so that's by the individual triangular parts. In fact, I don't think it is. I think it is just actually drawing triangles, which will be, you know, I don't know how useful that would be. There's a height range one, which will paint it based on height, which could be useful for things like pots. But the one we want is this, which is fill. So let me just undo those few that I did. And then fill, we want to fill the body green. Whoops, didn't have it on, did I? So we want to be on fill and then fill that body green. And as you see, because it came in all the things that I wanted green, named green, which was just the body, you can see that it's just filled that. Now the orange is fine, because that's basically, if I click on that orange, it fills that with it, which is not what we want, and it was already assigned to the orange color. So we now need the white for the dots, so we'll just have to go around, because it's seeing them as individual ones, we've got to go in and flood fill each one with white, like so. Now we need the, come round to the front, and we've got the eyes, so we want the white little specular highlight and the white of the eye, and then we need the black one, which is the pupil, like so, and the black outline, like so. And there you have your a recreation of the colors that we had in Nomad with the colors that you've got loaded in your AMS on your Bambu. So if I now go back to any of the other buttons at the top, you'll see it's created this little thing here, and this is a little tower that it will test. It's a cube that'll be printed that will purge the old filament as we change. What happens is each layer that it prints, it needs to change color, because there might be 4 layers. If you think of a slice here through the eye, there's going to be green, there's going to be white, there's going to be orange, and there's going to be black. So that's why it needs to purge. It makes this tower, which is a real waste, I know, and you can turn that off, but for this test I'm going to leave it on. And then what we'll do is we'll just do a few settings in here. I'm not doing this really high level for you at this stage because I just want to get you up and running in it. So in the global settings here, we've got all the basic things just set to default. But what I will do is go to supports and enable supports and tree auto, so it will give me supports if it needs it. And then I'm going to slice the plate. That's the only thing I'm going to change on this. And then we're going to keep it that small just to make it really, you know, user friendly for us on this test, and we'll see how that comes out, and we'll slice it and see what happens. So quick slice, slicing everything. Now that might be too much. It might be too many points for you there, and it also might look a little bit low res for my liking. So I'm going to go back to prepare. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to scale it up. So I'm going to use a uniform scale. I'm just going to do it by dragging like that. So now I've got much bigger, which will give me a much better resolution. We've got the 0.4 diameter nozzle, and you have got a 0.2 if you've got a Bambu, but we'll go with this, and it's twice the size now. You could make it even bigger for this first test just to be sure. There we go. And now we'll have a look at how that slicing is coming out. So we'll slice it again, and I'm pretty sure you'll see those eyes look way better from a color point of view. And the only supports are just under the chin again, but they won't feel as bad now. You know, for this, they'll just crack off and they'll be under the chin and causing us no problems. And all of the back is pretty much all sorted. So what that's saying is it's going to be 15 hours a time. So at this resolution, that's really you know, that's a lot of printing time for that. So what I might do is I might go back and try it without supports first of all. So I'll go back to prepare, and we'll turn those supports off and see what happens. So we'll slice the plate and see. It says that the frog has floating cantilevers, please reorientate. So what that means is there's areas of the model that just won't print correctly. It's just floating in such a way that will cause us problems. So that's obviously not going to be particularly useful for us. So it is going to have to be the longer print. But what we can do is we could lower the resolution, or we can just suck it and see. So I think for this case, I think we'll just suck it and see, and we'll just get on with it. So I'll just go back again, and we'll make sure we're on 0.2 standard. We could go less than that. As I say, we could go to draft or something like that, but it wouldn't give you the, you know, what I'm trying to show you here. And there's no other way at this particular time to speed that up. We've got to go let it cook as it is. So let's tell it to go. So we'll slice it again with the auto tree supports, which is absolutely working fine, and then slice the plate again, and it's done it fine this time. Now the model prep time, prepare and time release is only 6 minutes. It's just that the model time on this one is quite substantial. So now, as this is the first time I've tested it, I am going to run it at that and see what it comes out like. We could do something much smaller, like some text, but I'd love to see what this looks like. So I'm going to hit print, and then we'll come back and see what it looks like. So we've got it out, we've got it finished, and if I'm totally honest with you, I made so many mistakes. It's going to give me videos for ages and ages. Look how much of the extra filament there is left behind. So we're going to cover that in a future video. But the actual print, ignore the little beard thing, which is the supports. The actual print, first full color Nomad print, and I'm very happy with that. I'm really loving learning how to use Nomad Sculpt with Bambu Labs and lots of other programs as well with this fused deposit modeling printing rather than my usual resin printing that we go for. So if you're liking this sort of stuff, obviously like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to see more of it, then hit the all button and we'll let you know when we upload something new. Have a great week, everyone.